Let me guess. You've tried to build strength and conditioning in the same program and it didn't work. Your squat went up, but suddenly your 5K fell flat on its ass. Or maybe you've nailed your aerobic base, but every time you step under the bar, it feels like you've lost 20 to 30 kilograms of strength. And if you're really honest, you've probably asked yourself this question: can I actually run fast and lift heavy at the same time? Or am I just pissing in the wind and chasing something that isn't possible? The truth is, you've been set up to fail. Not because you're weak, and definitely not because you're lazy, but because the models that you've been given weren't built for everyday athletes like you who have got real responsibilities outside of the gym. My name's Dean Hammond, a tactical strength and conditioning coach, and I've served in the army for over 20 years delivering this exact thing. I've helped soldiers prepare for special forces selection, rugby players, football players, hockey players, and every team player alike, all the way through to career professionals and parents who just want to get that lease of life back in their system. I've seen broken models fail over and over again. However, I've built the solution and the system that actually works in the real fucking world. Most of the industry still leans on outdated templates. And now more than ever, AI is powering some of the training programs that you're following. Those programs don't fit the real person that is you on the other side of this video watching this right now, because you live in the real world. It's become regurgitated shit that is ruining your ability to make any form of progress. Linear periodization, yeah, it's great if you've got one single event that you need to peak for, but it's useless if you need a strategy that keeps you ready for anything year round. Block periodization models, the silo quality. Build strength, yeah, but watch your aerobic base fall on its arm. Build endurance, but then watch your strength and power completely disappear. Hypertrophy only bodybuilding splits. Yes, they'll add some muscle and size, but you'll gas out the minute you've got to chase after the kids, run up the stairs, or when the real world actually demands that you need it. The result? You plateau and you burn out, because these models you're following were built for bodybuilders and computer-generated athletes, not for people who want to be athletic weapons. Here's the solution and here's the fix. The catalyst, concurrent, and conjugate effect. It's our unique framework for building strength and conditioning side by side, but making you look and feel amazing in the process. Concurrent simply means training multiple qualities together: strength, power, speed, endurance, and we can sprinkle in a little bit of you looking good too. Conjugate means rotating the stimulus, going from high stimulus to moderate stimulus to low stimulus training, so that you don't thrash the same system day in, day out, week after week. Blend them together properly and you'll get some of the most insane progress that you've ever seen. You don't have to sacrifice your lifts for your lungs or your lungs for your lift. Let me give you something concrete. Our stimulus control model every week is built around 3 specific type of sessions. And if you've watched our previous video, you would have heard us refer to high stimulus, moderate stimulus, and low stimulus. Our high stimulus models are those heavy lifts, max effort sprints, and repeated explosive models. Think 3 to 5 heavy sets of squats, or 6 by 200 meter max effort sprints with certain recovery period. Our moderate stimulus sessions are these accessory, tempo, and capacity based sessions. The ones that are enough to challenge you, but they're not going to fry your nervous system. And then our low stimulus days, which are all about recovery, movement quality, and non-impact aerobic base building. This is essentially the glue that keeps all of that training together, and it allows you to push hard in the subsequent session. Let me give you an example of how it might look. On Monday, we might focus on a high stimulus, lower body strength effort. Think heavy squats, heavy presses, heavy pulls maybe. On Tuesday, we might focus on a moderate stimulus, agonist and antagonist superset session. This could just be accessory work that's push-pull related, all centered on the upper body. Wednesday might be a low stimulus zone 2 effort. We can even sprinkle in some mixed modal work to keep some excitability and variability in the program. Thursday, we'll circle back round to high stimulus, but this time we're going to work on dynamic effort sets. Think explosive work here: hang cleans, speed bench presses, plyos, throws, jumps in play. Friday, we come back round to moderate stimulus work. We may spend a little bit more time on volume-based hypertrophy in lower body, thinking about your unilateral strength efforts, your unilateral lower body exercises, split squats, RDLs, and everything in between. And on Saturday, we might have another high stimulus session that's short, sharp, and it might be 4 or 6 repeated 100-meter efforts, which obviously leaves us with Sunday. Low stimulus, just a walk, pure recovery. Now, for an elite athlete or a pretty advanced athlete, that could be a really good model to follow. But this is the balance that most athletes never get right. Too many high stimulus sessions, you'll end up burning out. Too many low stimulus sessions or not enough moderate stimulus sessions, you'll just end up plateauing. But with this model, you can keep lifting heavy and running fast, but also, and more importantly, making progress in both. We've had clients all over the world benching 70 kilos and gassing out on a 2-kilometer run. 6 months later, they're pressing 1.5 times their body weight and running a sub 20-minute 5K, but they're also looking in the most incredible shape of their life. I've had operators who thought they had to choose between a 200-kilogram deadlift and a 10-miler. Now they're doing both, and sometimes in the same fucking day. And guess what? They look fucking incredible as well. That's not some hype bullshit. That's the catalyst, conjugate, and concurrent training effect in action. If you're watching this and you're bouncing between programs and only ever getting half of what you need, here's the next steps. In the description, you'll find our free 30-day performance catalog, where I take you deep into one lesson every single day that could revolutionize your health, your nutrition, your fitness, your mindset, and your overall performance. No fluff, no filters, no bullshit. Quite simply, the exact systems that we use for our athletes so that they can keep making progress. If you're serious, start there. If you're serious and ready now, book in a call and have a chat with my team about how we can help you become the best version of yourself over the next 12 months. But even the best training models collapse if you don't fuel it like a pro. And in the next episode, I'm going to reveal to you our integrated nutrition FTP frame. You'll learn how to eat more, perform better, recover faster, without second guessing macros and micros ever again. And you don't have to carry around chicken, rice, and broccoli in a Tupperware dish either. Trust me, you do not want to miss this next one.